All right, recording is in progress. So again, really excited that you guys are all here to celebrate the work of the students. And the hope is that this won't be the only class like this. This might be the only class that is taught in English, but hopefully this class can live on and be taught in Spanish to more youth in the rural areas of the Dominican. All right, so on Mentee, if you're logged into Mentee with mentee.com and then that code at the top, you should be able to answer this question: how are you doing today? And then all of our responses will go live on the screen together. And then the words are the most popular are the words that are biggest on the screen. So it looks like the majority are excited, inspired, good, great, swell, wonderful, happy, a little nervous, maybe hot. I know from speaking with some of the folks down in the Dominican, as hot as it is in the US today, it's even hotter down there. Well, it looks like everybody's doing well. That's great. And then our next slide. Ooh. What is your occupation? Because not only am I excited for you guys to give feedback on the students' presentations today, I also want them to kind of be opened up to a wider network of various professionals in the US, and for you guys to be able to network down in the Dominican. So what is your occupation? So it looks like educators, the most popular. We got nutrition educator, freelance writer, finance, operations manager, student, work in a bank, youth training, interior designer, Spanish tutor, all different sorts of occupations. This is great. All right, has everybody been able to use Mentee? Everybody know how it's working? No, my parents naturally are having issues with it. That's okay. My father is a salesperson and my mom is a nurse. I can submit their occupations. All right. So next slide, kind of the last question slide we have before the presentations. Why are you excited about the presentations? Why are you excited about being here today? See the students' hard work, to learn about this branch of Ondwave, to hear about new ideas and learn. Excited to hear directly from the youth in Angostura about their research and hard work, to support the students, because it's going to be emotional. Hopefully it won't be too emotional. I can show what we learned. Yeah. To see friends doing work that makes a difference. All right. Before we get into the presentations, I just want to thank all the mentors and advisors who have worked and supported the students since September. We matched all the students up with one mentor at the beginning of the program. We did this based on interests, both career and personal interests. And then during our classes, we also brought in some advisors who worked on different skills with the students. Isabel came in and we worked on various kind of meditation and kind of exercise skills before having class. And Adrian came in and worked on some resume and some kind of like how to necessarily kind of word or advertise yourself when you're looking for job opportunities. So just very thankful for all our mentors and advisors who worked with the students throughout the year. All right, so with that, I am going to actually be stopping my share and we are going to turn it over to one of the groups. So students, which group would like to go first?
The group 1.
Are you group 1, Sadiel?
I'm group 2.
You're group 2. All right. So you're volunteering. Ramphis, Asiel, do you guys feel ready?
Yeah, okay. I think so.
All right. Well, while they're presenting, please, everybody else, keep your audio muted, and then we'll save any questions or comments till the end of their presentation.
Okay, welcome everyone. This is a presentation for the problem solving course. The problem that we choose in our community or identify, it's young people with a desire to have their own business, but without any knowledge. But first, who are we? My name is Ramphis. I live in Dominican Republic. I'm a business accounting student. And I'm 23 years old, and I think, or I believe that I'm the one to resolve this problem because I want to see my community improve with young people in power.
So good evening, my name is Haciel Beer, and I was born in Dominican Republic. I grew up and raised here in the Angostura community. I'm 24 years old and I'm studying modern languages mentioned in English. And I was taking this course because I want to improve my English and I want to get new knowledge and I want to improve my community as much as possible.
Well, why we choose this topic? You should know in Dominican Republic, in secondary level or high school, we don't have a good quality of them. The quality is very, very low. These kind of studies are not focused to prepare the student to the future working life. It's a very basic studies, and if these young people want to get knowledge about business, how identify opportunity and business opportunity, how it works, about entrepreneurs, they have to take technical and specialized course or go to the university. Maybe you think, well, but why did those people do that? Let's find out. Well, how do these young people with desire to improve themselves feel in our community? They are afraid. They are afraid of tomorrow because the common jobs or normal jobs that we can find in rural communities depend from the strength and good health. If you lose something of those, you can continue working for survive, given the food for your family. There are also so pretty for study while you work.
And also,
well,
yeah. Our community, in 95% of young people, we have without previous knowledge of entrepreneurship. Because of that, they have to migrate to another city and to get a new job in which they can help their family and themselves.
Yeah, we can see in the graphic, this more than 80% of the young people who live in rural communities are affected by this problem. Our investigation. We use surveys. We can do survey of people with their own business in our community. What we're trying to find out is what knowledge are important to these young people who want to entrepreneurs. And two, how transmit those knowledge to them. The first questions was, how do you get your business? As we can see, almost everyone founded from the scratch by themselves. But here's a small problem. This 80% of people don't represent the 80% of the young people who got the problem. These people represent the people who got nada, who doesn't have the problem. But in the second question, we can see a door who can be open for everyone. How do you supply with merchandise and equipment to start your business? We can see here many one of them choose with loans. This is a be open for young people who entrepreneurship and his community to improve it and give to their families a better life. And that's very, very important. As we can see in the graphic, knowledge is very essential to get a business, to start a business, to working on it. And it's because of that we focus in knowledge.
So, and how the problem relates to the research? Well, we did that survey in order to collect information and analyze how we can transmit and this knowledge to the young people, and also how these people acquire knowledge and experience in entrepreneurship. Our MVP. Our MVP is create courses of entrepreneurship here in the community in which it is taught in a school and outside of it. So that young people who didn't have the opportunity to take these classes, and they can learn and form their own business. The main mission of for these classes will be teaching how to drive inventory, how to classify customers, how to invest capital, and how to provide and give a good service. The social impact will have in the community will be more jobs, and the young people wouldn't have to leave the community to another city. And also the population will grow up, and that will active more local business. Another point will be that the community will impact other communities to development.
Yeah, guys, Angostura is a pretty nice place to live. It's a very nice place to grow up. Angostura is a community that work together for resolve problem, to look for solution. Angostura have many young people who don't want to live here. They want to work here. They want to start business for the community. We have an excellent center of studies of education, and it's really near of us, and we can use it. It's available for us. We want to do it for us. We want to do it for the community. We want to do it for the next generation.
So thank you so much for supporting us, and this is our project.
Thank you so much.
Great work, everybody. I'm now going to put up a screen where you guys can all give feedback to the group. So again, on Mentee, you can let how did group 1 do? So we got excellent, well-researched, very good, very clear, inspirational, excellent. All very good feedback. Well-spoken. Good presentation skills, superb. All right, and I think the next slide, what connections or ideas do you have for group 1? And here you can put it in Mentee, and then if you wanted to share any feedback for the group verbally, if you could just like raise your hand and I'll call on you. So everybody has the chance to share feedback. But maybe the first people that could give feedback would be their classmates. Dalisa, Sadiel, do you have any feedback for Ramfis and Asiel?
Oh yeah, I can say that we really want that this project be a reality, because most of the young people here, they don't want to like to advance in life, so they are like limited to be a better person. So we want to improve the community or give them opportunities to get better and give their families what they deserve, because they have the potential. They just have to do performance.
Thank you, Sadiel. Other feedback for the group?
I will say I do appreciate you guys sharing what the like access to education is like in another part of the world. Uh, I do think that over here in America, especially where I live at in New Jersey, a lot of the young people are privileged and they don't really take advantage of all the access to education. They don't really realize that in other places of the world that they don't have the stuff that you do. But I also appreciate the way that you guys also shared how you plan on working on those things and giving that access and choosing this problem statement for the fact that you're working towards the next generation and the new generation to come up. Make sure that they have that education and those opportunities to reach their goals and dreams and such like that. So great job, everyone.
Thank you for sharing.
Hi. It was very exciting to listen to your problem, and Sadiel to join in and say how you want to make it a reality. And you've really started all of the information that you need to get started to make this a reality. And just know that as a team, we are here for you to assist if there's any way that we can help. So very exciting to hear.
Thank you, Dashik and Betsy, for sharing. Anybody else have any feedback for the group?
I just wanted to say that you guys did wonderful, Ramfis and Jaciel. I really enjoyed your presentation. I feel like it's awesome to see your research come to life and, you know, all those graphs. It's very awesome. You did that all yourselves. So give yourself a little pat on the back and then use that information for, you know, to make your community even better.
Thank you, Sierra.
I just want to say that you guys are doing a really great job of communicating your ideas and presenting online, which is a great way to open up sort of the online connectivity for people like yourselves to both start businesses and to learn. So you can kind of fill that education need, and then with that you can create more businesses and things through the internet.
Yeah, and I was the one that learned from Cur bus owners, but it was because there was a character limit. It meant to say learn from current business owners. Like, I imagine you're already on top of this, but just like other business owners in Angostura, I'm sure that they would have a lot to help in terms of like what would help make it successful there. Because we also know what might work here, or like certain people might know here in America, but I know it's also different there. So they, I'm sure, would have great insight to tap into. And it was so cool to hear you speak English, Hasiel, because we always talk in Spanish.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
We probably have time for maybe feedback from 2 other people if anybody would like to share.
Can I ask a question?
Of course, please.
So what is one thing that you learned throughout like your research that you may not have known at the beginning when you first thought of this problem statement?
How identify customers and business opportunity and how it works. To also, sorry, what the young people want.
And who do you consider young people?
We're talking about the people who finished the high school and
Okay.
have to work in works that are poorly paid.
Got you. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Okay, thanks to you.
Probably have time for one more question or comment. Would anybody else like to share anything before we move on to the next group?
I'm just interested in what is your next step? You have your present. What are you thinking that you will do next for this problem?
We want to talk about with those people who want to study and can't. So we can speak about someone who got knowledge and want to teach to these young people, make course with someone. We can do it about high school. We can do it with the cooperativa, maybe, and talk about people who want to help us.
Awesome. Thanks.
Awesome. Great work. That was a really, really good presentation. You guys did a great job, not only with your English, but also your research and how you laid out the problem. And you have very tangible next steps. And I'm really excited to see those classes start happening at the school.
Thanks, Ben. And thank you everyone for being here. I feel great. I feel happy.
Great.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
All right. So now I'm going to stop my share and we're going to turn it over to the next group.
Everybody can see it?
Yes.
Okay. Good evening. Welcome to all of you. Below we will present our project which we did with great dedication and enthusiasm.
So my name is Ariel. I live here in Angostura. Happy of being part of this community. I'm a, modern languages student, and I am 21 years old. Hoping to have a great night with you guys.
My name is Darisa Peña. I am 19 years old. I study at UTESA University. I am from Angostura too. I believe that the person can be the change if work on it.
So in our project, we choose these difficulties. So we decided to talk about this because it is something that affects all the community. Our project is focused on all the people living here because the best way to help it is when it's a community welfare. So we choose this like a watchword, a better route for a better community, because that's what we want, okay? That our community becomes a better place for everyone. When the visitors come to here, that they feel they want to come again, to be in this special place.
We did a survey to people living in Angostura or frequently come here. The questions it has people answered sincerely. These are some of answers people lead at the question, what measures would you advise us to carry out the effective arrangement of the roads and achieve a communication road to move without worrying about the river? We can see that these answers are very agreed with our assumptions that and show us how much people are interested.
So first of all, let's talk a little bit about Angostura. So Angostura, it's a beautiful place inside Dominican Republic. But I know people visit Angostura because it is a comfortable place for everyone. It has crystal clear rivers, lots of nature and fauna, and very nice people. Most of them are young and full of spirit. So, although it is a crowded community, it has some difficulties that sometimes stop it of being visited as we wish. So that's what we are going to talk about tonight.
I will start by talking to you about the issue of the poor condition of the roads in our community. We have chosen this topic because for a long time this has been a great problem that affects each of the inhabitants. There have been many times that sometimes in which we are going to move to the city. We have to go on foot because the vehicles can't move smoothly. Other times we have fallen in puddles of water and soiled with mud. Or other times we simply decide not to go out to avoid that annoyance. But we think that this should change. At the time of working on our project, I have realized that there are many people who support this initiative. That is why, in order to achieve our goal, we plan to fully involve everyone in the community. Ask for guidance with people who have experience in similar things. continue working together for a collective benefit. They are one of the main tools that we will use to solve this problem.
So first, before talking about my topic, I want to share with you guys this, what you are watching on the screen. So years ago, we suffered a disaster a cause of the river. The river got into the community, destroying more than 10 homes, losing a variety of belongings and stuff. Thanks to God, nobody lost their life, but the damage was done. So that's the river that I'm going to introduce to you, the why I choose bridge knitting. Okay. So let's talk first about a bridge. So a bridge is a structure built to span a physical obstacle, such as a river, valley, or road, without closing the way underneath. So it would be constructed for the purpose of providing passage over the obstacles, usually something that can be detrimental to cross otherwise. So I know there are many different designs that each serve a particular purpose and apply to different situations. But design of bridge is very dependent on the function of the bridge, the nature of the terrain where the bridge is constructed and are anchored, the material used to make it, and funds available to build it. So what would be the benefit in my community? The bridge. So we know that a bridge is a critical component of nation infrastructure, making it possible to ship raw materials and finished goods and to factories, warehouses, suppliers, distributors, stores, and end consumers. So a bridge here also facilitate travel, so as consumers can purchase goods and services in their own communities and beyond. So the advantages of this would be that the advantage would be that the community would be fast to get the accesses to solve emergencies. So we know that everything can happen and we are exposed to it. So with the bridge, we would go in a faster way to get the supplements that the community doesn't have. So that's why I choose this topic in my community.
Data conclusion. How we realized the problem of the roads is something very concurrent that can happen anywhere with this condition. However, rivers may be present in those places. With this, we want to say that these problems are too prevalent in this community. Here was expressed as it was present previously. It was not difficult to collect the information or have the disposition of the community people, since it is a solution that has been postponed for quite some time and the residents are tired of not showing due importance to our community. So based on all the information we have, we are determined to work to bring about change in our community. So here are other questions in the survey we did to the community about problems around roads and rivers. The first one say, when it comes to the community, it is uncomfortable to arrive due to, and all the persons say the roads and the rivers, but the person was agree. The second one, two of the great problems that afflict the community are 21% said the bad state of the roads and the threat of river overflow. And just 8 said
a community park, and court recreation. The mayor person I agree with our state of the roads and river. Third one is, do you think it is important that the community should be given more importance in the development spur? All persons said yes. And the last is, do you think that it will be much easier for the inhabitants of the community and the people who frequent it if these two problems are correctly fixed? And again, all persons said yes.
So we found out that the community used to work together. So we choose this MVP, minimum viable product, with people that has the level to solve our problems. So we decide to use social media to share our problems to the country and worldwide. In this case, we are trying with Instagram. So why with Instagram? Because it is a social media that is associated with Facebook, and lots of people have Facebook. So the free access to get to Instagram is easier with just a click. So in this page, we are going to be able to weekly uploading different posts about Angostura and how is Angostura, and it's going in every sense. So hoping that with this method, we receive ideas, informations, and solutions to solve our problem. I know it's a long work, but not impossible. With the insistence that our hearts want to give. Thank you very much. That was our project.
Thank you.
Great work. I'm going to share my screen, which will give you guys the ability to share feedback. Great work, Sadia and Alisa. Your English was excellent. And this is a very, as I've always mentioned to you guys, a very kind of complex and big problem. And you guys did a great job narrowing it in and proposing a realistic MVP and way to tackle it. Oh, wait, I skipped a slide. Or we can just use this slide to just kind of discuss how the group did and maybe any thoughts or connections for group 2. And again, feel free to share verbally. Just feel free to kind of raise your hand and I'll call on you if you want to share with the group. Go, Lena. I see your hands up.
Yeah, I just want to say really great job, Sadiel and Delisa. I thought the images that you included in your presentation were really impactful. I also think it's great that you recognize the problem. You're actually going to reach out to experts to get better like solutions set up in place. So really, really great job.
Thank you.
Thank you, Lena.
Thank you.
Other thoughts and feedback for the group? Dashik.
Yeah, I can go. I just want to applaud you guys. As Wes said, I'm 23 as well, so we're all around the same age, and I just love seeing people within our generation seeing these issues and seeing these problems and going out there and doing the work. Like I said before with the last group, like we do have a privilege over here, but I would say we're combating the same poverty issues. I don't know if you guys are familiar with the city, but I'm from Camden, New Jersey, and this isn't the best place in the world either. And just to see that you guys are out here fighting for change and helping your community when there's no one else doing it. I noticed the part that you said, if I heard correctly, you said that at the beginning you thought that there wasn't anybody doing anything about it, but then that you saw that there was people that's trying to fix these problems, but it was just so difficult to do it. So yeah, definitely keep up the good work. I hope you guys get this get that finished, and get your roads repaired and such. Definitely good job.
Appreciate it, man.
Thank you.
Thank you. Any other feedback for the group? Betsy, go for it.
Yeah. Again, great presentation. Very clear. The problem was very clear. I know that you have talked about the bridges and roads for a long time. We've been on those bridges and roads. And we've had times where you guys have had to come get us, and we've gotten lost. And Manuel, I was hoping he would not be mad at us, but no. You're on a great path to start something great. I feel like your problem and the problem or the problem earlier go hand in hand with each other. I feel like both of them will help one another down the road if you can get both of them in a good place. So I'm very excited for you and the community of Angostura. I do have one question. Do you know, we've heard that in the past they've tried to put up a bridge, or a bridge has been put up and it's come down, or do you know what you may do different to help get the roads and the bridge up and running?
Actually, I think that the bridge would be like the first one that we would work, because we have one, but what happened? That one is not in our river, the first river that Angostura has to cross to get to the city. So that river, it isn't like, it's not good, let's say like that. So when the river is like really strong, it destroyed every time that it happens, and they rebuild it again. So for being that, it's better to get a better one in another way if we have to do it, because there are the ways to build it. So that's why I think that would be a good start.
Great, thank you. And I already followed you on Instagram so I expect some updates.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I really enjoyed how you guys talked about the unfortunate flooding a couple years ago, because with any bridge or road, that there is always going to be the initial cost, but also an ongoing cost. And I think you'll have to work with the government for that. And because I know the government was responsible for paying for some of the homes that the river destroyed, hopefully the government will be able to pay some for this. And then also, if you have tolls on the bridge, if you are able to increase commerce and business in Angostura and outside Angostura, you might be able to get money for the bridge and roads that way as well. Really, really nice work. Other comments, questions for this group?
I just wanted to say, oh, I'm sorry.
Let's see, go.
No, I just wanted to say excellent job. I was Delisa's mentor, so it was wonderful to see the presentation and also all the images. I think that's really powerful too in telling a story and telling us about the problem, because putting an image to that problem sort of makes it very real. So I think that was very impactful. And I also love the idea of doing social media, using social media as an outlet to get more people involved and getting ideas flowing, which I think was a great idea from Sadiel and Dalisa. So excellent job.
Thanks, Sarah.
Thank you, Sarah.
Go for it.
Do you all have LinkedIn profiles as well? Are you familiar with LinkedIn?
LinkedIn?
Yeah, it's kind of like Facebook, but more for like
yeah, we have an account. Yeah.
Yeah, I would use share your posts and stuff on there as well. So I know like Facebook and Instagram that can give you like the community and like community feedback and such, but LinkedIn can also help you bring in like some financial help as well. Um,
Yeah, Ben follow that page. If you talk with him, he can share the page. Yeah. Follow us.
got you. Yeah, I get that from Ben. Thank you.
Any other feedback, comments for this group?
Actually, I don't know if you can hear me. Can you hear me, Ben?
Yeah.
So maybe for the folks that are looking to improve the roads and the bridge, maybe part of the technique is to talk about how the older bridge continued to fail and the cost of the investment for a better quality bridge and the long-term savings that'll have for the surrounding community, and the fact that you're less likely to lose homes as a result of that, which less cost long-term, and the fact that the infrastructure is so critical to establishing business. As we know in the United States, our infrastructure needs to be improved as well after being up for 60 years. So we're facing the same things here in this country. But to just put a business case behind why a better quality bridge, better quality roads are going to help drive growth in the future for the residents of Angostura.
Definitely. Thank you. Ramphis, Asiel, do you have any feedback for your classmates?
Yeah, it's a really big problem that affect not only Angostura, many of the community who are next here or near here. It's a really big problem. You can imagine how. Sometime when the river crease, we can go out, we can get food maybe, but thanks God that only is a few days, hours or something like that. But it's a really big problem that it's good to solve, and social media is a great it's a great way to do it. We have to make sound. We want to many people know about this for help us.
Well, I will say that if you work together, one day we can see the result.
Thank you all for the feedback. Great work, group 2. Oh, Mark, go for it. I saw your
Hey,
hand.
Ben, yeah, I just wanted to say something real quick, Ben. And that is that just the word bridge in itself has so many wonderful connotations that can be used when promoting this. I mean, there's the actual physical bridge that's looking to be built. But in this particular case, especially, it's also about building bridges to other communities, right? It's the end result of building that physical bridge will create bridging to communities outside of Angostura. So I think in whatever pitch you're building, and I think it was Sierra, somebody mentioned earlier about, mentioning, I forget who it was mentioned, somebody mentioned about, talking about how the previous bridge had fallen down several times. As you build that case, also use that sort of, visual, metaphorical representation of the building bridges in that context as well, because I think that's a very strong image for people. The fact that by building this bridge, you're actually creating a means for people in Angostura and outside to connect with each other. So I would really play that up a lot.
Mark, definitely. Thank you so much for that feedback. All right. So students, you don't have to put on mentee, but just how do you guys feel? I know we've worked a lot since September and that was the final presentation. How do you feel?
Well, in my case, I feel great because it is something that I didn't know that we will have like this conclusion of all that, because it was a long way talking in different senses of different things. To get the IMVP was incredible. I didn't have idea that I would take this one with Alisa. So I'm really happy of my work, hoping that this becomes a reality, because we have like the motivation, we have the easy stance to do it. So we are trying to make this a reality. Yeah.
I feel very, very happy. I satisfied with my and other work, and I have learned very much. Thank you.
Yeah, I feel pleased. It's more than I expected. I'm very, very happy with the course.
Well, me too. I'm feeling very, very happy, and because I learned a lot of things that I never expectation of that. So I feel very good.
Awesome. Well, you guys put in the work and it definitely showed today. So just kind of next steps in general, kind of for all of us. The work isn't finished. The presentations today were about talking about the problem that the students were passionate about and kind of an idea of how to move forward. But there still is work to do moving forward. And the exciting thing is thank you to all that bought tickets today. So the proceeds, I think around over $350 will be split amongst the two teams, so they can use some of that money as they continue to either promote their social media, as they continue to maybe work on the class. So those will all be things that they can do to continue the work. Version 2 of this course will be taught, whether this will be taught again in English for other bilingual students, or this will be taught in Spanish, because I think these skills are skills that can benefit all the youth in the rural areas of the Dominican. And thank you guys all for your fantastic feedback and insight for the students. I hope those connections and network doesn't stop after we sign off Zoom today. I hope you all are able to continue sharing with the students. And if you know anybody else who's interested in supporting this work through our next versions of the program, we're always going to be looking for mentors with the students or advisors, and definitely want to make as many connections for the students as possible, because we hope not only can they work on their problem in the community through this, but they're also getting all of these career connections and career skills, so they can earn to provide for their families and provide for their community. And if COVID has taught us anything, as kind of Ian was talking about before, you can really kind of do work wherever, as long as you got the internet connection and the skills. So the hope is that these folks in the Dominican will be able to do just that. Well, thank you guys so much for being part of today. Does anybody have any words that they would like to share with the students before we all sign off?
I just have a question about how, well, Ben, I know that, and that we are connected to, some of us are connected to Angostura through OnDaWave. How do we keep updated on where they are, and if they want to reach out for connection, if we have connections with people, how will we know, how do we keep up on their progress and support? They need support.
Yeah, that's a great question. I think right now, just kind of reach out to me if you're interested in connecting with them, and I'll speak with the students, whether it's maybe putting out an email or a social media post every kind of once in a while to kind of update everybody who is here today on how they're doing with their work. Well, I want to be respectful of everybody's time. It is 8 o'clock. Thank you guys all for being here.
Can I say one thing, Ben?
Yes, please.
I just want to say, keep up the good work, everybody. Don't let the hardships and stuff deter you from your dreams and such. Keep at the problems, because no one else going to do it but us. The future of this world is in our hands now, so it's our turn. But yeah, definitely.
Thanks for those words.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thanks.
That's a great quote to end on. That's great.
It is. Thank you all so much for being here. And I hope to talk with you guys all soon.
Okay. See you guys. Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good night.
Have a
Bye-bye.
great night.